Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So let's start with another video about bishop's opening. So the game starts e4, e5, bishop c4. As we all know, this is bishop's opening. So now black has played knight to f6, then d3, c6. Again the same plan of centralizing the pawns. So white has developed knight to f3, now d5. Now I have told you previously that we should not capture this pawn. Okay. Better is to take your bishop back, bishop to b3. Then white has played another move, another interesting new opening like a5, okay, in order to trap this bishop. Okay, this is a plan. So in order to safeguard this bishop, so white has played a3, then a4, the same plan, bishop to a2. Now you see this pawn is attacked. Okay, this pawn is attacked. So bishop, black has played bishop to d6. Okay, now it's white turn. So white has developed knight to c3. Okay, white knight to c3 because you see that, or else the pawn will capture, pawn captures, and the knight captures. So in order to protect it, he has played like this. Now d into e4. Okay, now d into e4. Now you can see that I can capture this pawn. Black will also capture the pawn, then knight, then I will capture with my pawn. So in the end, my pawn will be here. Okay, my pawn will be on the e4 square. But better is if I play knight to g5. Okay, now you see I am attacking this pawn as well as I am attacking this pawn. Okay, if it captures, if you see now, if the black captures, then I will capture and then I will have one rook or the queen. Okay, so the in order to prevent it, black has played castling. Okay, now I can capture with this knight. Okay, now you see if knight captures, then I'll capture with another knight. Then my knight will be in the central square and it will act like an octopus. So okay, now you see my knight is attacking this bishop. Okay, this is a good bishop. Okay, it is a defender of this e5 square. So now you see that there are two options, that bishop can go here or here. Also bishop can play any other, no need to go also, but the better is to defend the bishop now. Okay, now what do you think, that which c7 or e7, where should bishop go? What do you think? Okay, there are two variations. The correct response for the black was e7. Okay, so black has played e7, but I am showing you what if the black has played c7. What would happen? Now you see that queen is launching the attack. Okay, queen is launching the attack. Okay, now the knight will also jump here, or bishop can also jump. Okay, this pawn cannot come because it is already pinned. Okay, now if black plays h6. Okay, this is a bad move. Okay, this is a very bad move, not a blunder, but it's a very bad move, because now you see what happens. Bishop captures, bishop into h6, g into h6, queen g6 check. Now you see this pawn is pinned. Okay, this pawn is pinned, so it cannot capture. Only move for the king, king to h8, queen into h6 check, king g8, knight f6. It's already made, or else you have to give up your queen. Okay, or else you have to give up your queen. So this is another variation. Okay, but in real game, black has played bishop to e7. Now similar idea. Okay, queen to h5. Now you see that knight cannot jump here. Okay, or else it will sacrifice. Okay, it will be an exchange. Okay, it will be an exchange, simple exchange. So now you have to think another way. Okay, so black has developed knight to d7. Now first of all you are doing castling. Now after castling, we have to push this pawn. Okay, push this pawn in order to open this file. Also, this if push and if captures, then my bishop will jump with the tempo. Okay, in one move it will develop. Okay, this is the plan. So queen to e8, black has played. Why queen to e8? It is just in order to prevent this pawn. Okay, in order to prevent this pawn. Also, many people might think that why queen to e8 when knight to f6 also can be played, attacking both. Okay, but you see, if knight to f6, then queen would capture this pawn for free. It's a central pawn; it will go for free. Okay, so that's why knight to f6 is not played. Queen to e8. Now f4. Same plan. Now rook to a5. Okay, now rook to a5. Now if I capture the pawn, rook will capture the pawn and it will attack my queen. Okay, and it will be gaining a tempo for the black. So I need to remove this rook from the h rank. Okay, from the h rank I have to remove it. So first of all, I am developing my bishop to d2, attacking the rook. Rook to b5. Now again I am attacking with bishop to c4. Now what happens? You see that I am giving up this pawn. Okay, I am giving up this pawn. Now you see that it's better to capture the pawn for the black, right? No way of going here. Okay. Now you see why I am giving up this pawn. Okay, why I am giving up this pawn? Because I am also getting a central pawn, also with a very nice attack. Okay, it's a very nice attack. Now you see now rook is attacked, so rook into b2, f into e5. Now you see black can capture another pawn, rook into c2. Now you just see very carefully that okay, I have given up this pawn. Okay, now rook is well placed here. Okay, rook is well placed, but it has no support. This rook on c2 has no support. It is a very well placed on my second rank, but it is having no support, so it cannot do much devastation. Also, you see that this pawn is attacked thrice. Okay, this pawn is attacked thrice. Okay, now we have to launch an attack. You should not wait too much. Now, as our pieces are all developed, we have the right position. Now we have to launch the attack. Rook into f7. Rook into f7 is played. Why we have not started with bishop into f7? Why have not started? If bishop into f7, then it would be a simple exchange. Okay, bishop into f7, rook into f7, rook into f7, queen into f7, queen into f7. That's simple exchange. But here, after playing rook into f7, we have some tactics. Now you see, there are many possibilities. Either black can play rook into c4 or rook into f7. Okay. Of course, queen into f7 cannot be played, or its bishop will capture. But these are the two possibilities. In real game, it was played rook into c4. Okay. Now I'll show you what happens if like rook into f7 is played. Okay, rook into f7 is played. What would happen? Then you see, then white would have played e6. Okay, e6. Now you see this is attacked. This is attacked. Okay. Now there are chances. Rook can either give check. Rook can go there, or rook can capture this. Okay. There are three possibilities again. I'll show you all the three variations. Have patience, but you think, okay, now this is the time when you're playing in a tournament. Now you have to utilize your time here, okay, at this position. Now you have to think that okay, there are many possibilities. Now you have to calculate that what you should play in this position and the best or the better move. Okay, we are not Indians, but we have to play the better move. So you think that what should you play? Pause a bit and think what you will play. I will show you the three variations. Okay, first, if rook into c4, okay, rook into c4, then it's a better, okay, this is a better move. If black chooses this variation, it's a better than the other two, okay, than the other two, that this and this, either rook to f1 or rook to f8, it's a better. If black chooses to play rook to c4, okay. Now white would continue the game by e into f7 check, queen into f7, queen into f7 check, king into f7, d into c4. Now it's also clearly better that white is exchange up. Okay, white is exchange up. Now it's a simple win for white also. It's an exchange up. Definitely he will win. Okay. Now I'm showing you another variation. If rook f1 check. Okay. Now you see queen is also attacked. Okay. But this is not a good move. Why this is not a good move? Now you see the continuation. Rook into f1, queen into h5, e into d7. Now you see there is a back rank mate. Okay, there is a back rank mate. Okay, there is a back rank mate possibility, and it's a check. Okay, after pawn captures, it's a check. Okay, so black continues. rook into c4. Now d into c8 queen. D into c8 queen. Now nothing to play. Bishop f8, queen f8, mate. Now another variation. What if rook f8 is played? Okay, what if simply rook f8 is played? Now white would choose first go with e into d7 check. Then you see this is a discovered check. Okay, so black played rook into c4. Now d into e8 queen. Okay, d into e8 queen. Now if black captures the queen, then queen will capture and it's a mate. Okay, almost it's a mate, or it will lose the pieces. Okay, or else it will lose the pieces. Okay, there are many attacks. So here black chooses, okay, let's capture the knight. Okay, now this is a beautiful finish. Queen h f7 check. Okay, you see this is pinned already, it cannot capture. Now it has to go back. Now it's again a back rank knight. Okay, I hope you have understood the three variations. You can replay it if you want. Now you again see from this, now in the real game black played rook into c4. Okay, rook into c4. Then white continued rook into f8, queen into f8, d into c4. Okay, d into c4. Now you see in this position, okay, white is still exchange up and also having a good advantage. Okay, all the pieces are active. This rook will come here and it will be inactive. Okay, also it is a defending this a3 pawn. Okay, this rook is also playing. So all the pieces are active, and see black is a bit passive. Okay, black is a bit passive. Okay, all just defending one another. So the game continues g6. Okay, attacking the queen and capturing this pawn. Okay, attacking the queen and capturing this pawn. Here now you can play here like this, queen to g6. You can be played, but then it will be like that. Then black will centralize his queen. Okay, because black will definitely not exchange. Black will centralize its queen. So better you come back and centralize your queen. Okay, so queen to e2. Okay, now defending all this soft pawn. Okay, but this pawn is already attacked, so knight into e5. Now you see by playing bishop to c3, you are getting this a1 h2 diagonal. Okay, a1 h2 diagonal very beautifully. Okay, this bishop is placed very beautifully. Okay, now you are attacking this whole diagonal. Okay, oh, yes, you are pawn down, but still your this bishop is very powerful here in this diagonal. So the game now you see that either knight can go there or bishop can attack. Okay, for example, if knight goes there, the game continues. Then you have to develop this other rook to f1, queen to e8, knight d6, then queen to d8, queen e6 mate. Okay, queen e6 mate. Simple. And another variation is that in the actual game it has played bishop to g4. Okay, bishop to g4. Now you see queen is attacked. Okay, the knight is supporting this bishop. Then queen to e3. Okay, centralizing the queen again. Okay, now you just see this position carefully. Okay, see this position carefully. Okay, this is the position. Okay, now if it captures, okay, if it captures, then you will be playing this queen here. Okay, attacking the knight, and also there is a mate threat. Okay, so capturing this pawn is a bad move. So the game continues like queen f5, then white played g3, and see now after playing g3 what happens, knight is attacking this queen, also this rook this knight, black knight is double attacked. Okay, now you have to give the knight, there is no checks also, so it's an easy win for the black, easy win for the white, sorry, it's an easy win for the white. So the game continues and white easily win the match. So I hope you have learned a lot with this bishop opening. If you have liked my video, do like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.